What's going on, guys? Today I wanted to do a quick review video of the new Slayer Max 10 from Native Watercraft. I got my hands on this watercraft early and I wanted to do a quick review of it, show you guys some of the new features, and ultimately just give you guys a quick walkthrough of the whole boat. Native already has the Slayer 12 Max, so this is basically just a shorter version. It's a lot lighter and the maneuverability is unreal. So starting at the front of the boat, we have the new and improved BMX grip handles. These things are super secure. They replaced the foam handles, which a lot of you guys probably know by now. If you guys have the foam handles on there, they eventually started to kind of dry rot, and over time they wore out. And Native sells replacement handles, which is no problem to replace, but I think adding these new BMX grips are going to keep these a lot longer, and they just have like an excellent grip feel to them that makes the kayak super secure while you're holding it, grabbing it, moving it, loading it, unloading it, and all that stuff. Really great improvement. Super glad they included this into the new model. You still have your rod tip covers. I'm not really sure if it's full carbon fiber, but this is going to basically secure your rod tips, keep your rod tips from getting broke, and just basically extra rod storage on your kayak. All right, so getting into the front storage unit, this is a roto molded storage unit. You can keep a battery in here for your electronics, and you can also get some extra storage by going through there. This is removable. You have some extra storage in there. Really nice hatch. You can keep obviously anything in here you need to keep dry. You have your through hole for wiring your transducer to the battery, which is really nice. You don't have to drill any holes. You just pop that out or feed your wires through there, and that basically connects to where on the bottom of the boat where you can mount a transducer. And again, this would be if you were doing the electronic setup. You can keep your battery in here and have a really nice setup for your electronics. Getting to the middle of the boat, we have the 701 series weedless propel drive. Basically, this is what powers the whole vessel. It's got a couple cool features. The pedals have the BMX spikes to give you more traction. You guys can take these spikes in or out whenever you put them on. Pretty much once you get them on, they're pretty much there to stay. They help give you more grip whenever you're pedaling. But if you guys like to go barefoot, I would recommend not putting these in, and you could keep one side with grips and maybe one side without. But really cool feature. So the propeller is weedless. It does not mean that you can go through like weeds without getting caught. Basically what it means is that they've included this weed guard around here, to where before they didn't have, and weeds will get wrapped around the bearing. But with that weed guard, it does not allow weeds to get around the bearing. So it's not completely weedless, as in you can just sort through weeds and not get caught, because you will if you are in shallow enough water. Native makes it really easy to be able to pick your drive up, pull the weeds off, set it back down. They make it real easy with the prop indexer. Basically what this allows you to do is say whenever this is under the kayak and your propeller is sideways, you can't bring it up. It'll be like caught. So what the propel index does is if you push this down and you rotate your propeller, that will keep your propeller straight. So that allows you to be able to remove your propel drive easily versus having to fight it if the propeller's stuck this way. On each side of the kayak, they've included two mounting plates where you can mount your wiring switches, any kind of things for lights, or maybe your power pole up and down switch. Really cool little feature, so you don't have to drill into the side of your kayak again. You have your scupper plugs, which come with the kayak. Obviously, you gotta have scuppers to keep the water in and out if you guys are that kind of person. Around the perimeter, you have, of course, the Yak Attack gear tracks, which allow you to have cool accessories. Cup holder is one of my favorite ones. On this side, I have the Yak Attack Roto Grip paddle holder. Really cool feature about this one is that they have a cup holder that's already built. So if you don't want to use the Yak Attack cup holder, which I use this more for trash lures whenever I'm done using, and I actually use this to kind of keep my thing. I like it being right here. It's less out of the way. They've included the forward-facing rod holder, which is really convenient for when you're maybe catching a fish and then you want to take the fish off, or if you're doing some retying, it makes it a lot easier to be able to just keep the rod there and retie your lure. They also included backwards facing rod holders, which is a new feature. They did not have those. I don't know if they had those on the Slayer, but they did not have that on the Titan, which is what I had before. So basically you're getting backwards facing rod holders. Kind of allows you to have two extra storage places, because again, I keep my Yak Attack black box back here in the back, and that also has rod storage on it for me as well. But really cool feature that they have two backwards facing rod holders. In the middle of the boat, we have the rudder as well. They've improved the steering on this to kind of make it turn a lot better. I've noticed that it's got a lot more tighter feel than my Titan that I used to have. And I really like this rudder. It feels secure. Whenever you're in the water, if you're sitting still, if you go to turn, the whole boat actually will start to turn now, which I think because it's a lot lighter, it helps. And the rudder really does a good job of steering the boat in the direction you want to go. On each side too, they've also molded an area to where you can keep pliers, maybe some fish grips. There's one on the other side as well. You can keep pliers in here to easy access whenever you guys got to remove a hook from a fish, anything like that. Maybe some fish grips if you guys want to lip a fish. They've included storage for basically a plano or a storage box, lure box you guys can keep right here on the side. Really cool whenever you get it in there. Got a little strap, you can keep it secure, won't pop out while you're traveling. Extra storage for lures, hooks, whatever you guys keep in planos. Really cool. They have these on both sides as well. One of the highlighted features that they have on this is a storage drawer. So you can keep either 2 individual planos in here, or maybe some bags of lures, hooks, whatever you guys want to grab conveniently. Really cool feature. I'm glad they included that. Moving to the rear tank well of the boat, they have enough storage to fit a black pack back here. This is a Yak Attack black pack. One of my favorite accessories. Keep all of my goodies in there. Basically you can maybe fit a small cooler or whatever else you wanted to put in here. Maybe a dog if you had a dog that would sit still. Straps for the Yak Attack black box, really cool. So whenever it's on here, I'll strap. It's not going anywhere. Got your rod storage on the side of that. Give you some extra rods while you're out in the water. Now everyone knows that if you kayak, you do not want to ever go without having a paddle. So they've included the split paddle storage on the back. This allows you to have a paddle with you in case you ever do need it. Most of the time whenever I am using, my paddle is already assembled, and I keep it on the roto grips just because it's a lot easier to access if I ever do need it. Really nice that they included that, just because it's, I feel like, a lot cleaner of a look, and it's always there in case you need it. So they've included the mount for the power pole, mini micro power pole anchor, and it's not mounted yet. I haven't had the time to mount it before this video was shot, but I'm really stoked to have one on the back of the boat now. It's gonna make things a lot easier to be able to stop if you come up onto a school of fish, or just power pole down if you're in some current and you want to chill out for a little bit. Really cool feature. You got some dry storage back here in the back. I don't really like where this is at. I don't think it's very accessible when you're on the boat, but in case you ever do need some extra storage, you can probably fit, like, you know, a couple things in there if you ever need to. Or they make it to where you can access the inside of the hull to maybe, you know, install something, or run some wires that you might need for your electronics here in the back. Maybe if you're going to hook up a motor or something. But I don't really have any use for this because I just feel like it's not accessible when I'm on the kayak. Now on the back, you have 2 dual BMX handles, so this makes it really nice if, you know, you can use 2 hands. Obviously I only have 1 right now, but this makes it really easier to be able to maneuver the kayak if you need to pick up the tail end here, and gives you a lot of control over as you're doing it. Again, the BMX grips are just a great upgrade. They feel secure, they're going to last a lot longer over time, and I believe these are on the side too as well. So whenever you are taking your wheels out of your native sidekick, this makes it a lot easier to be able to pick up on, lower your wheels down, and get into the water with no problem. You got to have a set of wheels to get you to the water, on and off the water, because you can't drag the boat with the rudder. Now if you have the luxury of having a truck and you can back into the water, or trailer, you can lower the kayak into the water without having to drag it. If you don't keep the tail end of the kayak up when you're transferring it to the water, you're going to be dragging it on the rudder, and that's just going to cause damage and wear and tear on the rudder, and you don't want to have those repair funds in your future. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick walkthrough of the new Slayer Max 10.5 from Nader Watercraft. I just got this thing and I'm stoked to get it out in the water. If you guys like this video, please subscribe, give me a like, drop me a comment. Let me know if you guys have any questions about the video. I'll do my best to answer them. Until next time, tight lines.